Hey YouTube, what's up? It's CS back here with another installment, and here are my picks for UFC 145 Jones versus Evans. Alrighty folks, well, what do you guys think of this event overall? In my opinion, it looks like a fight night type like event, but with a super stacked main event between Jon Jones and Rashad Evans for the light heavyweight championship. Can't wait to break that down. I'll get to it soon, but I just want to announce, of course, if you don't know, now you're going to know. My MMA contest series is back, so I'm giving away shirts and shit, courtesy of MMA Warehouse. So guys, check this out. This is a large size Jocko tee for Rashad Evans. It says, "Get some sugar." You know, I think it's pretty sassy. I think it's pretty cool. If you want a better glimpse of that, check out the link in the description at MMAwarehouse.com. Shout out to them for the hookups. But yeah, I'm giving this shirt away. So if you want it, you guys know how it works. Just be subscribed to my channel and tell me in the comments section below who's winning the fight between Jon Jones and Rashad Evans. Tell me the winner, of course, the method, and a round if necessary. And if you're right, you'll be eligible to win this with other people that are right as well. I'll pick the winner at random, so definitely look into that. But now let's take a look at that main event between Jon Jones and Rashad Evans. Okay, here we go with the main event. Jon Jones versus Rashad Evans for the light heavyweight championship. I've been waiting for this fight for quite some time now. And folks, if Jon Jones beats Rashad Evans, you can't say that he is under GSP whatsoever in pound for pound standings. I just don't think it's fair. I really don't. So, yeah. It depends on how bad he beats Rashad Evans. I don't think it's going to be close whatsoever. So, yeah. I think Jon Jones is going to cement his place as the number 2 in the world once this fight is over and done with. I think he's that good. I think he's going to be the best of all time as soon as all is said and done after his career. We'll see. I just don't think Rashad Evans has anything for him. I don't think he has the power to knock him out and the ability to get inside Jon Jones's reach. You know, he was just sparring with Jon Jones back in the day when they were training in, Albuquerque, of course, in Jackson's MMA. It's not like they're going all out. Jon Jones, of course, evolving his game. Rashad Evans, not really. I think it's got stagnant. Of course, if you saw the Phil Davis fight, Rashad Evans looked all right. He looked good. He didn't look great or anything. Watching that, I'm like, he has no chance against Jon Jones. And Phil Davis was trying to work a jab himself, and looking at Rashad Evans not wanting to engage that much, holy crap, what happens when Jon Jones is going to stick that 84.5-inch reach in his face, with either his legs, on his legs, the side kick to the knee, or what happens when Jon Jones just pops that jab? And you guys know that Rashad Evans' chin isn't the greatest. I think he's going to be frustrated on the feet, and as soon as he is, not comfortable trying to get inside and land shots, he's going to start going for takedowns. I think it's obvious. And when he starts trying to go for takedowns, I think Jones is going to beat him up in the clinch. I think this is going to wind up by the cage. And I think Jon Jones, with his leverage, with his balance, and, just his skills overall, I think technically he's pretty darn good. I think he's just going to whoop Rashad Evans' ass, even where Rashad Evans think he has his strength. I think Jon Jones is honestly better everywhere. Rashad maybe faster on his feet. Maybe if Rashad displays solid amount of footwork and can get in and out really well, maybe he might be able to land some shots and maybe make this look close. But I don't think he's going to. I think Jon Jones is just going to pop the jab in his face, sidekick his legs, and I think that he's going to win this fight via the Muay Thai clinch. That Muay Thai plum, I think he's going to land knees from within there. I think Rashad is going to wind up on his back taking elbows. I got Jon Jones winning via second round TKO elbows. Now let's move on to that co-main event between welterweights Rory MacDonald and Shane Mills. And if you were wondering why there's so many Canadians on this card was actually supposed to take place in Montreal, I believe, and now it's going to be going down in the Big A in Atlanta. So to all my dudes in Atlanta, have fun. I wish I was there still. Yeah, I used to live in Atlanta. Go Braves. But yeah, Rory MacDonald versus Shane Mills. I think this is another body bag win for someone. Rory MacDonald is not going to lose this fight whatsoever. No way. Shane Mills can really only beat you one way. Of course, that's his striking. He's sick. I've never seen him outstruck myself. I'd still love to see him go versus like a Paul Daly or a CR Bahadurzada. I'd like to see any of those matchups. This guy is sick on the feet. His kicks are pretty darn good, pretty fast. He has nice knees. Pretty solid Muay Thai striker in general. And really, Rory MacDonald, if he was smart, close the distance real fast, but don't get clocked like, Paulo Thiago did against CR Bahadurzada or some shit like that. Rory MacDonald's a pretty cerebral fighter, pretty smart dude when it comes to knowing where he's at in the ring, knowing where he should be. I think that Rory's just going to turn this into a grapple fest. And I think that he's going to be German suplexing Shea Mills, that kind of shit. I think we're going to see him take Shea Mills down from the clinch, not get kneed from within there. Once he's on there, I think once he's on top of Shea Mills, I think that he's going to be landing blows from the top, elbows, and punches. His ground pound is pretty nasty. I think that we're going to see him win by submission somehow, just because Shea Mills is not a jiu-jitsu guy, and Rory MacDonald, he has some game. So I got Rory MacDonald winning via first round submission, rear naked choke. I don't think it should take him more than 2 rounds to get Shea Mills out of there. So War Aries, I think he is the future of the welterweight division. Now let's move on to that heavyweight fight between Brendan Schaub and Ben Rothwell. Oh my god, this is ugly. Yeah, fucking whack. Brendan Schaub, what does he offer? He's a decent boxer. He got outboxed by washed up Nog in Brazil. Of course, Nog was fired up and shit and kind of looked in form, pride form in that fight. So yeah, Brendan Schaub made him look like that, or maybe Nog just looked really good in that fight. Who knows? Brendan Schaub doesn't exactly have a lot of hand speed, but he does have a lot of power, and I think he can put out Ben Rothwell on the feet if Ben Rothwell does not get to the ground whatsoever. I think that as long as it's standing, Schaub's winning this fight on points. You know what I'm saying? On points up until he does, maybe knock out Ben Rothwell. Ben Rothwell, though, has a pretty darn good chin. Knocked out about, 2 or 3 times? I don't know. But, yeah, he hasn't been looking good as of late. His cardio looked like shit against Mark Hunt. And when Division 1 Mark Hunt out-wrestles you, not a good look. I don't think that he's going to be out-wrestling, someone like Brendan Schaub. Brendan Schaub, I think if he can stuff a few takedowns, I think he's going to stuff whatever attempts that Ben Rothwell throws at him, because, Brendan Schaub, he's going to have the cardio to do so. I think he does train in, Colorado at the Grudge Training Center. So, he's used to the altitude. He shouldn't get tired of stuffing tired guys' takedowns in Ben Rothwell. We'll see how Rothwell's cardio is this fight. I really don't think it's going to be that much better than the Mark Hunt fight. And Mark Hunt wasn't doing a lot of striking here. I think Brendan Schaub's going to do a lot more of trying to stay active on the feet as well as stuff takedowns. And I think Brendan Schaub's eventually going to clock him sometime within round 2 and beat him via more punches. So I got Brendan Schaub, second round TKO. Alrighty, folks, now let's move on to that bantamweight matchup between Michael McDonald and Miguel Angel Torres. And this is actually the matchup I want to see the second most besides the main event. I want to know if Michael McDonald has what it takes to, beat top 10 competition like Miguel Torres. And I want to see if Miguel Torres can actually, handle beating a bigger body, someone who is actually also well-rounded, someone who's, not washed up yet. I'm not saying that the guys he's lost to as a later washed up, but I really think that Michael McDonald might have something for him, kind of like Demetrius Johnson, kind of like Brian Bowles. We'll see if he does. I think that Michael McDonald has the advantage in the clinch for sure. I think he has a definitive advantage there. Him being the bigger body in terms of muscle size, I think he'll be able to have his way with Torres if it winds up in a cage and clinch position. I think that he'll be able to dirty box with Torres, land knees, and just be the stronger fighter, look more aggressive in the clinch. I think that's how Michael McDonald might be able to win rounds, or if he's able to rock Torres from within there, then hey, maybe he might be able to get a finish against Torres. If he does feel like wrestling Torres, he can go that route, but I'm not sure if he's comfortable doing so. I really don't see McDonald, employing, a ground-based game plan unless, he's going to steal rounds with takedowns, you know what I'm saying? I really don't think he wants to spend that much time in Miguel Torres' guard. Miguel Torres, MMA guys, you know what it is. He wants to play the distance with you in terms of boxing, and if he can't because he gets taken down, he expects to submit your ass. Anywhere else, he's pretty much, open to losing. Like, again, I said the clinch. I think that Michael McDonald is going to beat him up there for the most part and win a decision. I don't expect him to finish Torres. However, that would be pretty impressive if he does. But, the more obvious thing to happen, just looking at these guys' past careers, is Miguel Torres winning via UD or some sort of finish. But I have faith in Michael McDonald. I actually think this is what's most likely going to happen because we know what Miguel Torres' holes are. They're so obvious. I think if Michael McDonald had a brain, he'd be able to exploit them. Again, I think that's in the clinch. So I got Cajun clinch Michael McDonald winning via unanimous decision. Alrighty, folks. Now let's move on to that Mark Hominick, Eddie Agin featherweight bout. And I'm a Filipino-American. So, of course, I want Eddie Agin to win this. But I just don't think he has the skills to do it. Mark Hominick's simply better at every aspect of mixed martial arts, including, what, power, size, chin. Yeah, physically, he's better than Eddie Agin, too. Of course, chin, not really indicative in that Chin Sung Jung fight, but he's not going to make himself look like a fool in this one against Eddie Agin. You know, I think he's going to go out there, and Eddie Agin's going to look pretty scrappy. You know, he's going to come at him real hard, I think, but I think Mark Hominick's just going to be in a brawl for a bit, and then realize, hey, I'm technically better than this dude. I think Mark Hominick's going to get into a rhythm of a typical Sean Tompkins fighter, rest in peace. He's going to throw 1-1-2s, and I think he's eventually going to knock Eddie Agin down and finish him off with more punches within the first round. So I got Mark Hominick winning via first round TKO punches. Alrighty, folks, now let's move on to the bout that's kicking off the main card between Mark Bocek and Jon Alessio in lightweight. So this is, of course, going to be the last bout I'm going to be breaking down. Take a look at my preliminary card picks in the description below, if you'd please. But taking a look at this, guys, Jon Alessio, I think, has pretty much no chance of beating Mark Bocek because Mark Bocek has a pretty darn good chin. I don't think he's going to be getting knocked out, and I don't think he's going to be standing on defeat long enough for Jon Alessio to win a decision. So I'm just waiting for Mark Bocek to win here, guys. Jon Alessio kind of succumbs to other guys' specialties. You know, he got tapped out by Andre Galvao. If you go to the ground with him, then it's only a matter of time. ADCC champion and shit. He didn't get to the ground in time against CR Bahadurzada. That's why he got knocked out there. So, yeah, I just think he's going to fall into whatever Mark Bocek wants him to fall into. Of course, Mark Bocek, pretty aggressive submission grappler. His wrestling ability has, you know, improved over the years as well. I think he's going to look desperate to get this to the ground. I think it's going to be pretty obvious that Mark Bocek's going to want to get to the ground. It usually is, but I think Jon Alessio's takedown defense is not good enough, and I think that he's going to be on his back fast, taking some meager ground pound from Bocek, and I think that Bocek's going to roll him over, get his back, win via RNC. I think it's obvious. Either that or some sort of bout triangle. I don't know. Bocek's pretty insane with the sub, so we'll see. I got Bocek winning all day here, though. First round subbed, and again, I'll go with RNC. Well, alright, folks, I think that about does it for me and my picks for UFC 145, Jones versus Evans. Stay tuned for a review. Of course, that's where I'll be revealing my contest winner for this. And yeah, hope I hear from you soon. Again, put your thoughts in the comments section below. Check out the links in my description below. And I think, yeah, officially that's it. Deuces for all my supporters, bruise for all my haters. Thanks for watching again, and take care.